All right, here we got Electro Clean, Woods Nickel Strike, Gold Gel, Activator, Bright Nickel. And I'm gonna break this thing into halves. I'm gonna do all sides at once, but I'm going to do it in halves. I'm not gonna mess with the inside because that inside is way too rusty and that's just not, for this practice piece, it's not gonna do anything. So I'll probably electro clean to here, and then we'll move on to the strike and then gold plate it. So we'll start with that. We're at 8 volts prior to plating. I'm actually going to turn it up a little bit. 8.5. You want all the chemicals running downhill away from your hand and the other part that we're not plating yet. Get the face. Anywhere you don't electroclean is going to be a problem. I can guarantee you that. It's tricky in this case because you've got, technically 4 sides. And if you miss anywhere, it's going to mess up when you strike it.
5 if you include the front.
Yeah, 5 if you include the front, right?
Forget to get your underside a little bit there. Nah, I just mean the edge.
Yeah, optimally this should always be done in a bath. But we're trying to get this tutorial done showing how to do this for a customer who would like to brush plate it. In a bath, it's straightforward. You just electroclean, strike, and gold plate or nickel plate. But in a bath with the strike, you can leave it in the nickel strike long enough. It puts a pretty thick nickel plate. But then if you bright nickel plate, it'll be really bright and shiny. Gonna look for any areas that didn't wet out.
Is that kind of hard, the engraving?
You just have to assume if you got that area welded. Then I got it in the engraving. Okay, it looks good. Strike it about the same voltage. And this part, if you mess this up, it's just, yeah. Anyway, this is a mild steel, so anywhere the acid just sits on it, it's gonna corrode it really quickly. So we have to just hit everywhere pretty fast. I mean, if you spend too much time, it'll also discolor it. I'm gonna call that good.
Is it better to miss a spot with the surface activator than overdo it?
With the strike, yeah.
With the strike?
Yeah, you want to go fast. It's an important step, but overdoing it will certainly leave a blemish. Turn the voltage down. Let's get a layer of gold on here.
That took pretty well.
That's what you want to see. With this particular grade of steel, I anticipate you could probably get away with just a nickel strike. This clip does not want to stay. But these guys would like to nickel plate it, and it's for good reason. If you don't nickel plate it, it can corrode over time. The steel will actually corrode up through the gold. But I've had this slide for a while, and it hasn't started to rust or anything yet, so it's a grade of steel that isn't too reactive. Some steels will start rusting immediately, like within a day after removing the bluing. I think I got it everywhere. What do you think?
Looks pretty good.
Okay.
Get the backside there. Yeah, you just did.
Okay.
Awesome.
See, and if this were stainless steel, you're done. You know, there's nothing else to mess with. Stainless steel is pretty easy to brush plate. I mean, it's not easy, don't get me wrong. There's a little spot I missed. It's not easy because you still have all those sides and you got to move quick and you've got to do it right and all that stuff, but it's a lot easier than a piece of bare mild steel. I've got to figure out how to get this clip to stay on there. Okay, so far it looks really, really good. No discoloration, nothing like that.
Hold up. Turn back this way. Did you get under there?
Let's put a little bit of gold there. And the reason you may wonder why I'm putting gold when I'm just going to go ahead and nickel plate it. The reason I'm putting this gold is because the Woods Nickel Strike applies a thin layer of nickel. And nickel plating onto nickel is problematic. I couldn't tell you exactly why, but it is. You get splotchiness, stuff like that. And so that's why I'm gold plating it first to kind of be a transition layer, I guess, if you will. Where to clip on this side?
Gold works with something like silver work. Does it really matter, or copper? Or...
That it could be copper. I actually played around with the copper strike and it didn't quite work like I had hoped. And so this is the route I've chosen to go. Got this puddle going on here. I'm gonna soak a little bit of it up. Okay. Okay, so same thing on this half. Turn the voltage back up.
First electric cleaner at 8 volts roughly. Well, yeah, 7.5
While plating.
while plating. Make sure you move into the gold a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Buffer zone kind of thing.
Yep. Good point. I'm dipping pretty frequently, making sure I've got lots of solution. And this little dark spot right there, I think will cover up. Make sure it's electric cleaned very well.
You get the bottom. Looks good.
Okay, first strike. I want to keep moving really fast. If you hold in one spot too long, you will get like a burnt looking mark. Okay, good. Get that acid off of there as fast as possible. Okay, let's turn the voltage down. Really wish I had something to rest this thing on. It's got kind of heavy after you hold it for a minute.
Especially if you gotta be holding the clip on from the end.
Yeah, exactly. The leverage is weird to where it like is extra heavy. Dip a little bit. See, in a bath, we'd already be done. This whole thing would be bright, shiny, and beautiful. But you know, brush plating is always way more affordable. A bath plating kit to do this type of item would cost you $2,500, $1,000 in gold alone. Granted, that $1,000 in gold would do a lot of plating, so it's not. Okay, at this point, the thing looks really good. If it were stainless steel, you'd be done. And looks good. I mean, I may touch it up a little bit or something like that, but you would be generally done. So that took, I don't know, 10 minutes or so.
So,
all right, so now we have this gold-plated gun slide. It's mild steel covered with gold. And we're going to nickel plate it and then re-gold plate it. And then it will have a nice diffusion barrier and have no issues with corroding. Okay, so we're gonna go 8 volts. We're just gonna electric clean it. Since it's gold, the electrical cleaning, you don't have to go as crazy with it. Just want to get the whole surface to wet out. I think I've about got everywhere. Always better safe than sorry when it comes to electric cleaning. Okay, now we're going to activate with surface activator. This is just a quick, kind of like the strike, really quick, get everywhere type of thing.
never let it sit anywhere.
Okay. Now this nickel should go on fairly quickly, and it does not need to be a thick layer. Okay, here we go.
See the voltage drop down to
4.3.
4.3 plating. And it does go on really fast.
Again, just keep moving, especially with how quickly it's going on. Don't want to burn it. This is really awkward to hold, man. I'm not going to push it as far as how far I nickel plate. Okay, That'll do. Rinse it. Let's get that other half done. Finish it up.
Kind of looks cool, like it's two-toned.
Yeah. Okay. Electro clean. My hand's getting shaky.
This would be actually if we took a snapshot, a cool pic for social media of the kind of plating and the two-toned and
All right, that's good. Just need a thin layer of nickel is enough. Hand's starting to cramp. Jeez. If you could find a better way to mount it or hold it, that would be optimal. All right, so now we've got it nickel plated. Actually, I'm gonna dry it off.
get a look at it.
Yeah. I think some of these little spots I'm seeing on here will cover up. We will see. Okay, we are ready to gold plate it now. Just going to do the same steps: electric clean, activate, and plate. And again, I'm just going to do it in halves. Okay. Oh, it's so much of a puddle. Just a little bit of that. Okay. Just a quick activation. Turn the voltage down because it's nickel and it's pretty reactive to acid. May not even be necessary, but I just decided to do it. And gold plate.
Hold it down.
Turn it up a little bit, please, Lewis.
Yeah.
Like 5.5. Going on a little bit slow for my taste.
Better?
Yeah, thanks. Just want to get a quick coat everywhere. Later on, I'll come back and add a thicker plate. First half looks good.
We're going to really want to dry that out, the inside, once we're done. Just electrically. Real quick with the surface activator.
Okay. Okay. Man, hand is getting so tired holding it up. All right. Low on water in my spray bottle.
I need to touch it up there a little bit.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a few little spots that I missed.
All in all, looks pretty good.
That's- And if there was an area that didn't turn out too great, I would just take a little polishing cloth, polish it down a little bit, and then electrically activate and
So
gold plate.
this be the sort of thing you'd put island glow on?
You could. Yeah, there are people who swear by it. I wouldn't say it's necessary, but it would help not get fingerprints.
Just keep it looking nice.
Mm-hmm. Gonna add a little bit gold over here on the nose too, just because there's a little teeny spot I missed. Okay. All right, I think that concludes it. Let me get it rinsed off here, and I'll show you how it looks. I'll go do some finishing touches on it. But it looks pretty dang good. All right, thanks for watching, guys.